right now, we're going to find out if Atanu Das and Kim Woojin can work their way into that conversation. As the men's bronze medal match is about to begin, Atanu Das, fourth after qualifying this week. The young Indian archer with a 7-3 win over Florian Floto, a 6-0 win over Mexico's Oldar Zomara, and a 6-2 win over Wei Chun Hang. Eventually wound up losing to Korea's Kuban Chan 6-0. So the young man who collects stamps in his spare time, according to what I'm told.
Wow.
Stamp collector.
At 22.
Now he's trying to collect another medal. He collects all kinds of things.
I think Kim collects medals.
Yes. Kim Woojin with a 6-4 win over Anton Krylapov this week. Defeated Brady Ellison 6-2 before losing to Lee Sung-yun 7-3. Kim Woojin, #1 in the world, 23 years old, averaging 9.5 per arrow, and has made the bold statement, we've discussed this before, he has said, he's gone on record as saying, I will beat Im's record at the Olympics in Rio.
We'll see what happens there.
It's good to set set goals for yourself.
Set goals as high as you can
Sure.
possibly get them. Yeah.
And when you make it public, you put more pressure on yourself and you say, hey, I'm willing to accept that challenge. I admire him for doing that.
Yeah.
You know, the athletes who are interviewed afterwards who say, yep, and nope. Not as interesting as guys like Kim Woojin who say, you know what, Im Dong-yeon's record, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah, why not?
Right now he's going to go for the bronze
medal. Yeah.
Kim Woojin, #2 after qualifying this week. What a pair of team gold medals in Medellin, but finished 8th individually down in Colombia at stage 2. So did not get to a medal match, and he comes out with an 8 here.
It's a little weird because he's starting off on the other side of the target that all the archers started off on. So maybe he was trying to do a preemptive sight move before getting onto the field and just moved it a little bit too much. I don't know, but we'll see what happens with this shot.
Is that thinking it through too much, you think?
It could be. It very much could be. You can also see how much sweat is glistening off of his face right now. It is hot out there.
It is reflecting off of the artificial surface, but right now, that bright sun is shining brightly on Atanu Das with back-to-back 10s. He's in great position to take this first set.
And also the only male archer who's not a Korean in the finals.
So needs an 8. Atanu Das, 24 years old, 52nd in the world. And he gets the 10 he needed. 3-10 straight across the board.
It's a very, very good way to open up against an archer like Kim Woojin.
Much like Tanya Ting, who opened up and took a 2-0 advantage in her match against Chung Hae-jin. Atanu Das comes out and grabs a 2-0 lead with 3 straight 10s. The judge for our match, Shahzad Alahari of Iran. And looking back on this past season so far, it was Wei Chun Hang who won the bronze medal in China with a 7-3 win over Mexico's Ernesto Boardman. In Medellin, it was Kuban Chan with a 7-3 win over Kikuchi Hideki of Japan. And last year here on Coney Alty Beach was an all-American match. Colin Klimenchek defeating Brady Ellison a year ago on this very beach, right here, right there, right in that spot.
It's a historic beach for
Yeah,
archery.
it really is.
Yeah.
Been a lot of arrows fired and shot on this beach.
Yeah. And funny you should mention Colin Klimenchek and Brady because they recently had their final Olympic trials that was held in Florida a few weeks ago. And the 3 men named to their team was the team that you saw earlier today, which was Brady, Zach, and Jake. That's a very good shot.
Atanu Das, 4 straight 10s.
And what happened after that was Colin Klimenchek wasn't, I think he ranked 5th or 6th at their trials. And I don't think he wanted to, he put a very, very good message up on his Facebook about basically his road to getting to where he was and why he did what he does and what's going to happen to him after this whole Olympic, wow.
Look at that, 5 in a row, continue.
This whole Olympic journey that he's been on. So anybody who can find Colin Klimachek's Facebook and check out his message that he wrote after their Olympic trials, it's very well written, and I commend that man for what he said and how he put it.
That 10 by Kim Woojin may be too little too late. Atanu Das going for it and got the 9 he needed, and he's got a 4-0 advantage in the match.
And you can hear some people in the crowd really, really hoping for that last 10, and I think I heard some people going, oh, but
Yeah,
still, it's a win.
It's a win. He takes the set, he takes the 2 points, and he's got the largest lead of the day of any archer over a Korean archer.
Yeah, and not even just a Korean archer, Kim Woojin, Korean archer.
Yes. The man many think may take the gold medal in Rio.
And I'm really sad I didn't look it up before coming here, but I should have looked up who won the 2012 final stage before the Olympics in 2012. But I know in
That's a good, yeah.
2008, Victor Rubin had won Beauvais, France, which was the final stage before the Olympics
in Beijing,
and he went on to win the Olympics in Beijing. So for anybody who wants to do some extra studying off on the side, take a look to see the final stage, which was held in Ogden, Utah in 2012, and find out who won there and see if that's the same person who won the 2012 Olympics, which was Woojin Hyuk.
You have your homework assignment. And Kim Woojin has his work cut out for him right here. We're going to find out something about him in this situation. The Koreans are known for their mental fortitude, their toughness. He's down 4-0 in the match. He comes out, he shoots a 10.
And just out. That's about a millimeter out. And I think Atanu Das felt like it was a 10, but unfortunately for him, it's just sitting outside the 10 ring.
Atanu Das trying to win his first individual World Cup medal. He's got 6 team World Cup medals, trying to break through on his own. And right now, Kim Woojin's trying to break back. Pair of 9s, and Das may be about to relinquish the first set he's given up so far today. Kim Woojin staying calm, cool, and collected, and putting a string of 3 10s together to take the set.
And that is exactly what he needed at this point in the match.
So Atanu Das will surrender this set to Kim Woojin. Not so much surrender it. Kim Woojin just took a hold of that and grabbed that sucker and said, it's mine.
And he ran.
Yeah. Says, nah, I want this one. No, I'm done.
Yeah.
We're not playing anymore.
I think Kim is just getting a feel for the field again. And, I mean, his opening arrow was that 8 out to the left. So maybe he's just reacclimatizing to that field of play. And who knows what we're going to see in the next set. But, I mean, Kim needs to win this next set to keep himself alive, or at least tie. But Atanu Das is 1 set win away from upsetting Kim Woojin.
Needs 3 great arrows to upset the #1 archer in men's recurve, a man who was ranked #1 in 2011, Kim Woojin was. Won the 2011 World Championships in Torino, a team gold medal there in Italy as well. Won the World Cup final in 2012 in Tokyo. Then in 2015 went on a tear, won 8 World Cup medals, finished off the year with a bronze medal and a mixed team gold medal at the World Cup finals in Mexico City. And also along the way, won a world title in Copenhagen, along with the team gold medal.
I told you, he collects medals.
He collects medals. Atanu Das collects stamps. This man collects medals. Atanu Das trying to add to his medal collection, though, as well. He's got a chance right here. He can come through with a 10. Oh, so close. That's saying about an inch being as good as a mile. It's a 9.
Unfortunately, on the scorecard, it doesn't say 9. Just out. It
just
says
out.
9.
It was that close. No doubt about that one.
I think the coach knew it, too.
Das
That
does
was a
it.
good shot. Had good timing, had good rhythm, good power off the string, and I'm not surprised it's a 10.
Great battle going on between Atanu Das and this man, Kim Woojin. Kim connects again. So a world of pressure on Atanu Das. Got it. Got it. They split the set, and the lead goes to 5-3 in favor of Atanu Das from India.
I'm wondering how Kim feels about that, getting a 29 and only getting a single point for that. I'm sure that he's used to 2 points for his 29s because it's a little bit intimidating, but Atanu Das did not blink on that at all and said, if you're going to shoot a 29, and I've already had one out, I'm going to make sure that I don't let you have everything.
You know, and this is going to sound a little self-serving, I guess, but, you know, every time I've watched Atanu Das in the past, I thought, he's really a talented young guy. And I'm not at all surprised he's in this match, and I'm not at all surprised he's doing this well. I really have admired his skill and the way he approaches his work and how he handles himself out there on the line.
Yeah, I agree with you, absolutely. I saw him compete the first time, I think back in 2010 or 2011, and he's been a good, high-ranking name on the Indian team for a while now, on a team with guys like Talakdar and Champia and Banerjee, and I mean, like, those guys are their pride.
But I think Atanu Das is not only their future, I think he's also their present right now.
Yeah.
Leading 5-3, but that brings out the best in Kim Woojin in 100-degree heat. Triple digits. If you're measuring it by Fahrenheit, about 40 degrees Celsius. It is hot, and it has been all weekend. But Kim Woojin battling the heat, trying to battle Atanu Das and putting the pressure on.
Now I'm going to make the statement of, could we see our first tiebreak of the day?
It could very well happen. Atanu Das with a 10. He's not out of it.
And what Atanu Das needs now is for Kim to shoot a 9 and for Das to shoot a 10.
And then it'd be all over.
And it'd be all over. But we'll see what happens with this.
Kim not in the mood to cooperate.
And we're going to the shoot-off.
He takes the set. He comes back. He was down 4-0. And Atanu Das, how does he feel after shooting a 29? Huh?
Getting no set points for a 29 and
no love at all.
Forcing it down to the shoot-off for the bronze medal. I mean, loser goes away with nothing here. It's, yeah, that's a little bit of pressure that they're feeling. Or they could just be having a great time going, wow, this is awesome shooting. I'm glad I'm here. This is where I belong, and I'm going to keep everything rolling as a great shooter on this field of play.
We're having a great time. Hope you are too. He's Crispin Duenas. I'm Carl Arkey. You are who you are, wherever you are, whatever time of day it may be in this wide world.
And I hope they're enjoying watching this archery, because this is the closest archery we've seen in a little while on the World Cup circuit.
That women's bronze medal match, and now this men's bronze medal match, it's going to a shoot-off. The women's did not go to a shoot-off. This one is. Atanu Das had a 4-0 lead after the first two sets, was up 4-2 after the third, led 5-3 after the fourth, but Kim Woojin comes through in the clutch, which really is the trademark of almost every Korean archer. The ability to answer in those kind of clutch situations. He almost looks like he's enjoying the moment.
And that's really, really different from what we've seen with Koreans maybe as close as 10 years ago. Most of the time, if anybody remembers a shooter named Park Sung-hyun, she never showed any emotion on the field of play, and we're starting to see a little bit more emotion from the Koreans, but that has not affected their game at all. They still come out and they still do the job that they need to do in order to put the arrows in the middle.
If you're wondering how these two gentlemen have done in tiebreaker situations, Atanu Das has won only one tiebreaker in his career. Kim Woojin has won 5 shoot-offs in his career. 5 of his 58 career wins have come via a shoot-off.
And also Kim Woojin on the last shot, because both archers shot a 10 on the last shot, Kim's last arrow was closer to the center than Atanu Das's. So we're going to see what happens if they've made any adjustments or they're going to keep everything the same. Atanu Das has had enough room to do a sight move to make his arrow possibly closer to the center on this next shot. We're going to see what happens when we get underway once the targets are reset and the scoring system is recalibrated. You can see them down on the far side of the field. They have to staple the targets down because there's a couple lasers that come across the top and the side of these target frames that measure the distance. It's from a system called Falcoi, and it gives us a very accurate result. Of course, we still have to go down range and check it and make sure that everything is working properly, but we're going to see what happens now. Kim Woojin will be shooting first for the tiebreak, followed by Atanu Das. And here we go with our first tiebreak of the day.
All right, all bets should be down by now. No more bets being placed.
Yep.
Here we go, shoot off time. And that heart rate must be up for Kim Woojin as well as Atanu Das. Who can handle that pressure better? Kim Woojin with a 10.
Very good 10.
But there's still room.
There's still room. That's about a 10.4 if you're really measuring. So Atanu Das has a little bit of room to play with.
Atanu Das.
Whoa!
Is it too close to call?
I
think it's going to take a judge's decision.
We have our whole team looking at the Falcoi screens right now, off to our left, and you can see that it is.
One went left,
close.
one went right, and they're both. Wow. Too close for us to call it right now.
We cannot call it. There's nothing going on. We need a
what
camera.
a match.
We need a camera on that judge downrange right now to see what was going on. This is the closest match of the day.
Anxious moment, to say the very least, for Kim Woojin, and Kim Woojin gets the decision. It goes to the Korean archer, and what a comeback for Kim Woojin. Wow.
That is awesome shooting by both archers. Again, like I've said for the past two matches, both of the past two matches for the women have been amazing, and now we've just had our first shoot-off, probably decided by a millimeter or two, but Kim Woojin comes out on top, shooting his arrow slightly closer to the middle than Atanu Das. And he looks relieved, and I'm very happy to get out of the sun.
That was a sigh of relief, yeah. He exhaled right there, and Kim Woojin with an amazing comeback, an amazing performance by Atanu Das at the same time, but Kim Woojin's final arrow in the shoot-off, we'll have to find out just how much closer it was. It could not have been by much. Not by much at all. It was too close to call from our vantage point, but the target judges doing a great job down there. In fact, Crispin Duenas is going to go over and check that to find out just how close that was. The target judges today are Mike Cullenber and Katie Lipscomb. And they proved to be instrumental in the outcome of that match as it went to the shoot-off. Kim Woojin coming back from 4-0 deficit, down 4-0. He won the third set, dropped the fourth set. So he won that third set, dropped the fourth set, then won the fifth set, tied it up at 5-all, sent it to a shoot-off, and Kim Woojin wins his 6th tiebreaker of his career.